This video is brought to you by Grainger Warranty, your #1 online source for factory-backed extended warranties in the country.
While most of our team is out on events, traveling the country and the world, I thought I would come to the airstrip and have a little bit of fun with two mid-size trucks. So on this side, it's the highest performance brand new 2025 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. And over here, it's the highest performance mid-size truck from Ford, the Ranger Raptor. And I have an airstrip to myself. And I also brought one more secret truck that I'll show you in a little bit. So how about we do a little bit of drag racing? Come on, Toyota!
So I'm driving the Tacoma TRD Pro 2025 model, and Zach is lining up against me in that Raptor. So I selected sport mode. The first drag race will be in two-wheel drive and traction control disabled, so that him and I can manage our traction ourselves rather than the computer trying to kill our progress if we have wheel spin. So Ian is lining us up. I went to drive. I just tried to brake torque it and the whole truck started rocking.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, I got a good launch. Come on, Toyota! Oh!
It's gonna be a pretty foregone conclusion, wasn't it?
That V6 and that Ranger Raptor is strong, even though I had a better launch. Dude, I think I had a slightly better launch, but you quickly out-accelerated me.
Yeah, it's the upside of having quite a bit of extra power, isn't it?
Alright, so I'm looking at my quarter mile times. Quarter mile was 16.27 at 83 miles an hour. How about you?
So the Draggy is telling me that my 0 to 60 time over here was 6.72 seconds, and I did the quarter mile in 14.83 at just over 94.
Wow, that's quite a difference. How about this? Let's do a couple more races. We can do a four-wheel drive race and then a rolling race. Gosh, 16.2 at a mile above sea level. That's not a super great result. But this thing takes off pretty nicely, actually. So the other thing that's going on here in the Ranger Raptor, that truck has a Ford Performance tune, which gives it at least a half a second advantage overall. So without it, that Ranger Raptor would probably be about a half second, maybe 0.6 seconds slower in the quarter mile. But even if I add half a second to that time, I still can't quite beat it in this TRD Pro. So let's see how this four-wheel drive drag race does. I'll be able to brake torque my turbocharged engine a little bit higher, and then we'll see what happens.
Here it is, the 2.4 liter inline 4 turbocharged engine combined with an electric motor and an 8-speed automatic transmission, and the total power output is 326 horsepower and, more importantly, 465 pound-feet of torque. And in that first race, I was really hoping that electric motor would give me some boost and a little bit of help, and I think it did at the line. But now I think we got to do a four-wheel drive race. And no matter which car or truck you have, if you plan on keeping it for a longer period of time, you should check out GraingerWarranty.com. Use the link in the description below. Grainger Warranty is one of the best sellers of factory-backed extended warranties across the country, and you could save some money while doing it, about $1,000 on average. And you don't have to buy it immediately when you buy a brand new vehicle. you could wait a little bit and then get that warranty. And when your truck needs service, you can be sure that they're using certified components, OEM quality stuff, and the work is done at the certified facility or a dealership anywhere across the country.
Okay, I'm ready in 4-wheel drive. Are you in all-wheel drive or 4 high?
I am in 4 auto for this run. I'm in all-wheel drive.
Well, I don't have 4 auto, so I'm gonna have to be in 4 high.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Ugh. I think we had a pretty even start. Okay, so my quarter mile in 4-wheel drive was 16.64.
Well, I'll tell you what, that 4 auto setting makes a huge difference on the launch. I had much less wheel spin, and that resulted in a quarter mile time, of 14.51 seconds at 94.73, and a 0 to 60 time of 6.22.
So even if I add like half a second or maybe a little bit more to your time, I still can't quite match it. Also, I slowed down in 4-wheel drive high. I was like 0.35 seconds slower. All right, let's do a rolling race because I think I'll have some electric power maybe to help me out.
Yeah, I know it's not really fair. I mean, this has a larger displacement. It has 2 turbochargers and 1 turbocharger in the Tacoma. And from the factory, the Ranger Raptor is rated at 405 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. And it does have a 10-speed automatic, not an 8-speed. And this has been tuned by Ford Performance. We actually got the Ford Performance tune. We actually tuned it ourselves. So you might be crying foul here and saying it's not fair, but Toyota is not offering any factory certified tunes for the Tacoma, at least not yet. So right now, this rating should be 455 horsepower and 536 pound-feet of torque.
All right, so rolling race is basically we get up to 30 miles an hour and I'll count us down, and it's going to be a rolling quarter mile test. So it's about downshifting quickly and making progress. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! You know, I think I was a little closer to you, but how was your transmission downshifting?
It took it a second to figure it out and then for the turbos to spool up, but once that happened, I was just away and gone.
Yeah, and I didn't feel any downshift in this truck. I think it's because of the electric motor, but I still didn't quite have enough oomph to catch up to. How about this? How about you jump into the Tacoma and I brought my secret truck.
That sounds good. I can't wait for this one.
Since I'm being really childish today, how about we listen to these engines and do a little bit of a rev battle? I'm gonna start with this Tacoma. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these exhaust notes, also standing here and also accelerating and going down the airstrip.
All right, just for fun, I decided to bring this beast. It's also a TRD Pro, but it's a Tundra V8.
And how fair is that? You've got double the number of cylinders, more than twice the displacement.
Well, this truck is also way heavier, and I don't have the torque of that Tacoma TRD Pro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to count on forced induction and an electric motor to make up the difference here.
But something tells me this V8 will sound good. All right, so this is my 2019 Tundra TRD Pro. This is my personal truck. This is a trunk I drive most days when I'm not reviewing brand new vehicles.
3, 2, 1, go.
Whoa, a little bit of spin. Oh, and the Tacoma is walking away from me. The V8 soundtrack is good, but sorry. All right, so what quarter mile did you see this time?
So quarter mile this time was 16.05 seconds at 84.1 miles an hour. 0 to 60 in 8.2.
So it looks like you were doing a tiny bit better than I was doing in the Taco, but here in the Tundra I did a quarter mile in 16.78 and 0 to 60 in 9.05. So I did not break into the 8s in 0 to 60, and I'm in high 16s.
I thought that was going to be your secret weapon, though. I really didn't think I was going to win that one.
Yeah, that was unpredictable, but I'm glad we kind of ran it, and I'm glad I have a time now on my truck. My truck has about 84,000 miles on it, so it's not brand new.
I wanted to take this opportunity to actually see a 0 to 60 on my personal truck and my quarter mile. So I brought my Tundra TRD Pro. It has an iForce V8, the 5.7 liter. It's not an iForce Max like in the Taco. And this truck is heavier by about, 600 pounds? But I still have 381 horsepower and 401 pound-feet of torque with a 6-speed. But it's a bit archaic.
I also want to thank Zach, our producer, for racing against me, and of course Ian for filming. I think all of us are having fun right now. But I also want to do a 60-0 braking test in both trucks, the Ranger and the Tacoma. So Ranger is first. I'm gonna get up to 60 miles an hour. And at those cones, I'm gonna put on the clamps. Don't forget the clamps. Okay, so I'm going at that's about 60 miles an hour, and clamps! Okay. Oh, that seems a little bit longer than I expected. Let's see how the Tacoma does. And now the 60-0 braking test in the Tacoma. I'm doing both, so just kind of same driver. Let's see. I think it's identical. No, maybe Tacoma won by just like, by a nose. Okay, I'm measuring to the front hub. On the Ranger, that's about 111.3 feet. The Tacoma stopped a little bit shorter, let's see. By 2.7 feet. Hey, that's pretty good. I'm very sorry. 111 feet 3 inches for the Ranger, and the Tacoma stopped in 2 feet 7 inches shorter.
Well, yes, indeed, it's very hard to beat a twin turbocharged V6 in a smaller mid-sized truck. But Toyota has something in their arsenal that could help the Tacoma if they wanted to build even a higher performance one. I remember being at SEMA just a couple of years ago, and they showed off a twin turbo V6 Tacoma street concept. That was pretty awesome. They also have the twin turbo V6 in some of their Lexus vehicles like the GX. So they have several options to actually give the Tacoma, or maybe a Lexus pickup truck in the future, a little bit more power. Well, let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, let me know what you think of my Tundra, and I'll see you next time at oldtfl.com.